Most YouTube videos about moving to Orlando are wrong about half of it. And I'm not saying that to be dramatic. I'm saying that because I've watched a bunch of them, and I've also had a version of this conversation with dozens of out-of-state buyers in the last few years. The picture people show up with before closing is almost never the picture they have a month after. So today, I'm gonna walk you through the honest version. What's actually working in Orlando in 2026. What the real trade-offs are, and the one-line item most out-of-state buyers underestimate by about half. I'm Tyler. I lead the GPG team at LPT Realty here in Orlando. I've worked, lived, and invested across Orange, Seminole, Lake, and Polk counties for years. So what I'm about to give you is from the trenches, not a press release. Let's start with what's actually true about Orlando right now. The growth is real. The Metro added about 76,000 new residents last year. That's roughly 1,500 people a week. Orlando just took the top spot for job growth, population growth, and GDP growth among the 30 biggest metros in the country. So when people ask, is Orlando still a smart place to move? The data is pretty clear. Yes, but, and this is where most videos stop. They sell you the growth story and skip the math. Here's the thing they leave out. Florida has the most expensive homeowners insurance in the country. The statewide average runs close to $11,759 a year. That's a real number. And it's the line item that catches most out-of-state buyers completely off guard. Now here's the good news. Orlando sits well below that statewide number. Most of Orange County runs around $3,200 to $4,500 a year for a standard single-family home. That's because we're inland. We don't get hit with coastal storm surge, so our risk profile and our insurance rates are way lower than Miami or Tampa. But that doesn't mean it's cheap, it means it's manageable. There's a difference. All right, let me give you the actual pros, the ones that move the needle. Number one, no state income tax. If you're coming from New York, California, New Jersey, or Illinois, the take-home difference is real money. Most of my out-of-state clients see a 4 to 9% bump in net income just from the move. Verify it with your CPA, but the math is usually pretty hard to argue with. Number two, the weather, 9 months out of 12, is genuinely pleasant. Sunny, mild, outdoor living year-round is realistic. I'm not gonna pretend July and August are fun, they're not, but October through May, hard to beat. Number three, the housing math still works. The median home price in March 2026 was $385,000. That's well below Tampa, way below Miami, and it's competitive with most Sunbelt metros people are considering as alternatives. Your dollar still goes further here. Now let's talk about the cons, the ones that actually matter, the traffic. I-4 is its own special kind of frustrating. Orlando drivers average about 95 hours a year in their cars. About 30 of those are bumper to bumper. If you can pick a neighborhood close to your job, do it. The difference between a 15-minute commute in Winter Park and a 50-minute commute from Clermont can change how you feel about living here. Same city, totally different experience. The summer heat is real, mid-90s, humidity that rarely drops below 60%, afternoon thunderstorms that come and go like clockwork. You adapt to it, but the first summer is rough, plan for it. And the quieter one, the wage gap. Tourism and hospitality are still huge here. If you're moving for a professional job with a national scale salary, this doesn't affect you. If you're moving without a job lined up, assuming you'll figure it out, that's the part to plan for. Service economy wages have not kept up with what housing costs now. Now here's the 2026 piece that's actually different from videos you might have watched even 6 months ago. The Orlando market shifted. Homes are sitting on the market for an average of 77 days right now. Inventory is up around 12,000 homes. Supply is at about 5 months, which is right at the edge of a balanced market. Mortgage rates are bouncing in the low to mid 6% range. Translation: if you're a buyer, you have negotiating room you didn't have a couple years ago. Seller concessions are back. Price reductions are happening, especially in the outer parts of the metro. The tightest, strongest submarkets are still places like Winter Park, Windermere, Dr. Phillips, Lake Nona. Those areas have not softened the same way. So, if you've been waiting for the market to give you some breathing room, it kind of has. Not a fire sale, not by any stretch, but there's room to actually negotiate again. Look, here's where I land on this. Orlando is worth the move for most people. The growth is real. The tax math is real. The cost of housing advantage versus Miami and most coastal Florida is real. The job market has finally diversified beyond just theme parks, and that's the part that has me bullish on the next 10 years here. But the parts to plan for are honest. Visit in August before you decide. Don't just visit in February when the weather's perfect. Drive the commute at rush hour, not on a Sunday afternoon, and pull an actual insurance quote on the specific house you're considering, not a hypothetical one, because that one line item is what wrecks most relocation budgets when people get here. The Orlando that works is not the Orlando in the brochure. It's better in some ways, harder in others. You just need to know which one you're actually moving to. If you need someone in your corner when you're ready to make the move, me and the GPG team would love to help. Appreciate you watching.